Welcome to News Mongolia, where we bring you the latest stories and updates from across the nation and beyond. I'm Batsir Namshir. On News Mongolia today, presidents of Mongolia and the Republic of Austria hold official talks. Over 14,000 Mongolian mothers received the Order of Glorious Motherhood. Mongolia's aviation sector traces its roots back to the Air Force. For the news, stay tuned. At the invitation of President of Mongolia, Ukhnagin Khurelsukh, Federal President of the Republic of Austria, Alexander van der Bellen, is paying a state visit to Mongolia on May 25th to 28th, 2025. On May 26th, President of Mongolia, Ukhnagin Khurelsukh, and Federal President of the Republic of Austria, Alexander van der Bellen, held official talks at the State Palace of Mongolia. During the official talks, the two heads of state reflected on the achievements of traditionally friendly relations between Mongolia and the Republic of Austria based on shared values such as democracy, human rights, and rule of law, and expressed satisfaction with expanding relations between the two countries in a wide range of areas, including politics, economy, trade, investment, education, science, and social protection. The two sides discussed ways to cooperate under the objectives of Mongolia's long-term development policy Vision 2050 and national movements of Mongolia, food supply and security, the Billion Trees, and the President's Scholar 2100 scholarship program of Mongolia. In particular, the two sides agreed to continue financial cooperation to support joint projects in infrastructure, society, human development, healthcare, water, waste management, and agriculture. Based on Austria's experience in forest governance, climate resilience, forestation, and forest management, the two sides agreed to expand cooperation in protecting water resources, combating deforestation and desertification, and promoting sustainable development. Also, the two sides affirmed mutual commitment to accelerating bilateral cooperation in mining, mineral processing, energy, and digital transformation through joint research and exchange of know-how and technology. The two parties agreed to cooperate in developing tourism regions, products and services, particularly mountain and winter tourism, while organizing education and training initiatives to facilitate the exchange of experience. Furthermore, the two heads of state pledged to consolidate Mongolia-Austria cooperation in science and research, enabling Mongolian students to pursue higher education in Austria under the President's Scholar 2100 scholarship program and expanding cooperation between the Mongolian Academy of Sciences and the Austrian Academy of Sciences. The two presidents affirmed commitment to jointly implementing initiatives put forward by the two countries at the international and regional fora and to actively contribute to the efforts of the international community in resolving pressing global challenges, including climate change, desertification, and biodiversity loss. This state visit is the first visit by the head of state of the Republic of Austria to Mongolia. President of Mongolia, Baghband Nazarbayev, paid a state visit to the Republic of Austria in 2003, and President of Mongolia, Ilbek Tsekheb, paid a state visit to the Republic of Austria in 2014. Over 14,000 mothers across Mongolia were honored with the prestigious Order of Glorious Motherhood during a two-day nationwide ceremony celebrating their unwavering love, dedication, and contributions to family and society.
The Order of Glorious Motherhood award ceremony was held for 2 consecutive days. President Khurelsukh emphasized that the prestigious medal symbolizes a mother's boundless love and tireless devotion to her children's well-being and future. He extended heartfelt gratitude to the nation's mothers. For many women receiving the medal, the moment was a reminder of their purpose and pride in motherhood. They expressed a shared hope that every child and mother lives a life of happiness. My eldest son is 19, the next is 15, and I have twin boys who are 10. Now we also have twin girls who are just 1 year and 9 months old. I always tell my children to cherish the joy and warmth of growing up in a big family. My two oldest are twins. Today, I've been thinking about my mother so much. I love her deeply and felt a strong connection to her throughout the ceremony.
Receiving this medal was a truly special and meaningful moment. Looking at my wife and children, I felt as if I was also receiving the medal. It filled me with happiness.
I raised my 4 children by embracing their individual personalities and helping each of them shine in their own unique way, like a rainbow radiating its colors. I tailor my approach to suit each of their needs. This is my 10th year working in emergency services. To receive this state medal from the president was deeply emotional. It was a beautiful and proud moment for me. As a mother of 4, I was overwhelmed with joy upon receiving the medal. I am grateful to our country for recognizing and honoring mothers like this. It's such a touching and wonderful experience. My greatest wish is to raise children who grow up to be kind, helpful, and good people who contribute positively to others and society. I dedicate myself sincerely to that goal. This year, over 14,000 mothers across Mongolia were awarded the first and second class Order of Glorious Motherhood. President Khurelsukh extended his best wishes for the health, happiness, and prosperity of all the recipients and their families, spouses, and children.
Mongolia's aviation sector originated from military roots, evolving from early defense missions to become a multifaceted force supporting national security and civilian services. From the first military flights in the 1920s to the formation of a civil aviation system in the mid-20th century, Mongolia's Air Force has played a pivotal role in shaping the nation's connectivity, defense, and disaster response capacities. From around 1925 and 1956, and more prominently until 1945, the very first aircraft were used primarily for military purposes. In the 1920s to the 1940s, planes were operated for military use. Then, from around 1956 or 1958, they began regular flights for civil purposes. The 1980s and 1990s marked a significant era of remarkable development in the aviation sector. With the acquisition of aircraft, we were able to establish communication across this vast land and contribute to the defense of our homeland. If we go back to the 1930s, the aviation history of Mongolia began when the governments of the USSR and Mongolia procured 4 aircraft and established a domestic aviation unit.
At the end of 1933, the first squadron of the 2nd Combat School of the Mongolian People's Army was established, carrying out postal transport missions with U-2 and R-5 aircraft. The unit also played a significant role in intercepting and repelling border intruders. The Mongolian Air Force participated in the 1939 Battle of Khalkhol and at the end of World War II in 1945. In 1948 and 1949, during the suppression of Osman's uprising in western provinces, Mongolia's Air Force operated independently.
At that time, U-2 and Air-5 aircraft were deployed to the western frontier to suppress insurgencies. They also carried out essential communication and mail delivery missions. These aircraft conducted aerial reconnaissance, surveillance, and targeted strikes for key objectives. They played an active and successful role in quelling uprisings, which is a notable part of our military aviation history. The core policy upheld by the Air Force Command is to maintain and enhance the professional skills of our flight personnel, especially to ensure they are capable of operating a wide range of aircraft types. Our pilots and engineering and technical staff are trained abroad and increasingly participate in training programs in other countries. We are actively preparing personnel capable of operating Russian-made combat aircraft and internationally standardized air fleets. We are also focusing on preparing flight controllers and ground engineers with the capacity to work with the international flight systems, enabling them to participate in peacekeeping operations as well.
In 1945, the 5th Mixed Aviation Regiment was officially established with 355 staff and a fleet of 72 combat and training aircraft. While fulfilling its primary defense mission, the regiment also carried out civilian duties such as mail delivery, emergency medical response, the transportation of high-ranking officials, disaster response, and promoting the development of air sports.
You're watching News Mongolia. Now let's take a look at the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Now let's take a look at international news from our partner agencies. The 46th ASEAN Summit kicked off Monday in Kuala Lumpur, with Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim delivering opening remarks as host and current chair of the regional bloc.
Prime Minister Anwar called for unity among Southeast Asian nations in tackling shared challenges, including economic pressures from U.S. tariffs and the ongoing civil war in Myanmar. He criticized what he described as arbitrary trade measures imposed by the United States and emphasized the need for ASEAN to respond collectively to regional instability. Anwar acknowledged fragile progress in Myanmar's crisis, but said more effort is needed.
I have taken a little bit also to write to President Donald J. Trump to seek his understanding to organize the US-ASEAN meeting. Quiet engagement matters, and it is small and the breach may be fragile, but as they say in matters of peace, even a fragile breach is better than a widening gap. I strongly believe in the fortitude and staying power of ASEAN to withstand the headwinds and weather the storms of the challenges and uncertainties facing us.
The Malaysian leader also revealed that he has written to request a meeting between ASEAN and the U.S. President Donald Trump to address the trade issues directly. ASEAN officials remain hopeful that such a meeting could take place later this year.
Well, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you tomorrow with more news and updates. Goodbye.